Hello, and welcome to another Scottish mountain walking guide. In today's video, I've returned to Glen Creran for another incredible walk in the sunshine and blue sky. The start of today's walk is around 5 kilometres from the car park for last week's walk. This time you park in the Glen Creran Forestry car park. Parking is free and there are no height restrictions other than some stray branches from the surrounding trees. Once again, it's around 2.5 hours drive from Glasgow. The car park fits around 10 cars or small vans, and it's probably not suitable for motorhomes. The closest public toilet is also in Tynult, around 30 minutes drive away. As always, links to the OS map for the route, the starting point car park and the Scottish Mountain Weather site are included in the description below. The total distance for today's walk is just under 14.5 kilometres with 990 metres of ascent. It is expected to take around 5 hours and 15 minutes to walk. This is another of the easier routes to navigate. For the majority of the route there is a clear path, and there are even signposts at the start to make sure you reach the start of the mountain path. Starting at the car park, you head east, taking the right hand road as you leave the car park. You follow the road. It goes over a river here, you just go straight ahead. Keep following the road, ignore this road off to the left. You come to the main entrance of the lodge here, you go through the gates and immediately turn to your left. And then follow the road that leaves the lodge estate. Follow that road up here. You're going to go up through the woods and there's a junction here to your right. There is a signpost as well here that shows that this is where to go. And then you follow that road. It's a gravel road at this point. And as it leaves the woods, it goes round a big bend. And if I zoom in a little bit, yes. This is the point where you leave the gravel road. There's another signpost here to show it's the start of the hillside walk. And from there you follow that walk. Once you've made it to that point, it is a case of just following the path and heading up to the highest ground possible. There are no wrong turns that you can take if you're on the path. There is a section further up, and I think it's way up here, where it gets a little bit rockier. And so following the path is a bit tricky because there's no signs of wear. As long as you keep to the high ground, and just keep making your way up the highest part of the ridge, then you'll be fine. And you get to the summit at this point here. The summit for this one has actually got a trig point, a circular triangulation point on the top, so it's very obvious that you've made it to the summit. From there, you simply retrace your steps all the way back down to the car park. It's the exact same route that you ascended. You'll come back down to that junction, you'll turn left, follow the road, go through by the lodge, and then back out over the river and back to the car park. Good morning, I'm at the car park for the start of the Beinn Fhionnlaidh walk. Car parking is at the Glen Creran car park, forestry car park. It's Saturday morning, late September. 6 degrees Celsius this morning. To start the walk, you head down the right hand road here, leaving the car park. Private road, so you can't drive any further, but you walk down here. I think that's actually Beinn Fhionnlaidh. You can just make out through the trees, straight ahead. The start of today's walk is only about 5 kilometres away from the start of Beinn Fhionnlaidh, and that's Beinn Fhionnlaidh up there. Weather today is meant to be really nice up until about 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, then it's going to start to cloud over, and even by later in the evening it's going to get some heavy rain. So starting a little bit earlier, it's before 8 o'clock. Try and get up and onto the summit whilst we still have the good views. There's a road that goes off to the right here, but we keep going straight ahead. You can see the morning mist. You just follow this path down towards the house down there. It is a bit cold. That's Beinn Schoolish in the background. From here you can see how it takes quite a while to get up. The ridge is quite long. As we enter the grounds of this house, we turn immediately to the left, and that cuts through and goes onto that gravel path there. So just as you leave that estate, or at least the lodge, you want to keep going straight on. A little bit further on, we'll take a road to the right. It's at this fork in the road where you want to go right, and they've put a sign on a tree just in case you were unsure. So we go up here. Just come up the gravel road through that woodland there, and it's at this point we're going to leave the gravel road and go into the side of the mountain. They've put a nice big sign here, and there's a little cairn, so we're going to actually head off to the left of the gravel road. From here to the top it should be straightforward, just following the path. Last time I climbed this mountain was in winter, so there wasn't any path to follow, but it was still relatively easy. You're keeping mostly to the ridge, just like last week's walk. Keep to the ridge, keep to the high ground, and just make your way all the way up to the top. Another glorious sunny day. I've walked about a quarter of the way. I'm at 206 metres, the summit's at 959 metres. The path so far is a bit wet. It's not terrible, but if you're wearing trainers I think you get wet feet. Definitely waterproof boots will be more comfortable. I'm now at 480 metres. The path keeps to the right of the ridge as you're coming up. I think I'm soon going to join the ridge and go right up that. Slight breeze now, first time we've had any wind. So it goes on here a little bit, then it'll be up right onto the ridge, And from there it levels off a little bit. It's not as steep an incline as what I've been coming up so far. And I'm sure the views will open up at that point as well. Makes for a better view of Beinn Fhionnlaidh from over here. The reason we don't go straight up onto the ridge is that it eventually bends round to the right, and so this path is more direct. As you'll see, it would bend round there to the right and then join up with here where that boulder is. We're going up there. You get an even better view of Beinn Fhionnlaidh and Scoryerig in the Schoolhouse Ridge. And once again, there's Ben Nevis. Today, only a very slight cloud around it. And you can clearly see the pinnacles of the Munro Ridge. I've actually come off the path. After all I said about the ridge, I've went to the left just to get the views. Got to continue up here. Summit's probably just there in view. At the might be slightly over the top, but it's up in that general direction. So I'm going to go back a little bit and then up onto there. There's no trouble getting some fresh water in this walk. It's glorious. So the last little stretch, go around here and up along the ridge to the top. Been going for about an hour and a half now. You can see Beinn Creran in the distance. Two kilometres to go to the top, about 350 metres of ascent. Estimated time to get to the top is an hour from here. This section is a little bit rockier. There is a path, but it's not so obvious. I just keep heading along the high ground all the way up to the summit over there. At the summit of Beinn Fhionnlaidh. This one has a trig point. There's a little bit of a breeze, comes and goes. Beinn is in the centre in the distance, so the darker one there, that's Beinn. You can see the end of the Munro ridge, and just about before the pinnacles start, that little point there. And if we keep going, that's the pap of Glen Creran on the end there. Directly behind it, the Munros, and in cloud now is Beinn Fhionnlaidh. I thought the views last week were amazing. This one gets you just a little bit closer to Glen Creran. It's actually, if we're looking north, this is a little bit better. The Coolin and Skye are about 100 kilometres away, about 65 miles roughly. Book Collective Moor, and the little top next to it, Book Collective Beg, and then we're back onto Beinn. It's taken 2 hours and 45 minutes to get to the top. I'm going to see if I can find a little spot out of the wind, have a snack before heading back down. Just come along to the easternmost end. Surprisingly, it's quite calm here. Probably spoke too soon. You see there's a fair drop off the northern side of this mountain. You can see the trig point in the distance over there. Not a bad picnic spot. Had something to eat and something to drink. Going to head back down, retracing my steps that I took on the way up. Get a little bit cold in the breeze. It's a nice sunny day, but not the warmest. Incredible views. was beginning to wonder if I was the only person going to climb this one today. I have to admit, the last time I did it, there was only one other person that I met on the walk. That was in winter. The wind's picking up, as you can probably hear, but the views are still just as good. You can see the clouds starting to come in. Yeah, lovely. Just zooming in there on Schoolhouse Ridge. And looking out to the Isle of Mull. Still looks very calm at sea level. You can see the reflections in the rocks there. And back down at the gravel road. From here, follow it round to the right, and then obviously the road bends to the left, down to the junction with the next bit of gravel road, head left at that point, just down through the woods. Approaching the last junction really for today. Turn left when you join this road here. Takes you through the grounds of the lodge over there. You just basically follow this road straight all the way back to the car park. It does bend to the right once you've gone through the grounds of the lodge, but it's straight on and out. It's 12:30. Just under 5 hours of walking so far, and sure enough, it is cloudy now. Still a really nice day. A little bit to walk back on the road, and then we'll be at the car park. I can see the car park. Thank you for watching. Walk has taken a little bit less than 5 hours. Car park there, I estimate it can hold about 10 cars. It's not the biggest in the world. There's no real height restrictions other than the natural branches of the trees that are in and around the car park. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. and I look forward to showing you more of Scotland in the next one. Bye for now.